Good morning, happy Sunday, happy Easter. Thank you for joining me today for your yoga practice. My name is Melissa and I'll be guiding a modified Ashtanga practice today. So please join me in a comfortable seated position on your mat. We're going to begin practicing breathing with sound. So we're going to inhale through our nose. And as we exhale, restricting the air in the back of our throat, creating sound. Exhaling through the nose. This time we're going to bring our palm to our face, like we're going to fog a mirror. Inhale through the nose. And restricting the air on the way out in the back of the throat, creating sound. Exhale that warm air, fogging that mirror through your nose. Another inhale in. Feeling your body warm up from the inside. Exhale. Fogging that mirror. Feeling that heat on your palm of your hand. Now release your hand to the side. One more deep inhale. And exhale, creating sound. We will be using the breathing with sound technique throughout our practice today. So please join me at the top of your mat. We're going to stand in Samastitihi, feet together, shoulders up and back, engaging our pelvic floor, navel to the spine. Inhale, palms together. Releasing arms to the side, Samastitihi. Inhale, palms together, rise up, gazing up at thumbs for Surya Namaskar A. Exhale, fold, kiss the knees. Inhale, gaze forward, flat back. Step or jump into high plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. We will be here for 5 breaths, breathing with sound. One, relaxing the neck. Two, shoulders into rib cage. Navel to the spine. 3. 4, gazing at the navel. 5, pulling up in the knees. Gaze forward, step or jump to the top of your mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold, kiss the knees. Inhale, palms together, rise up, gazing up at thumbs. Exhale, arms to the side, Samastitihi. Repeating Surya Namaskar A one more time. Inhale, palms together, rise the arms up, gazing up at thumbs. Exhale, fold, kiss the knees. Inhale, gaze forward, flat back. Step or jump into high plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And we're here for 5 breaths, breathing with sound. 1, it's okay to bend in the knees if you need to. 2. 3. 4. 5. Gaze forward, step, jump, or float to the top of your mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold, kiss the knees. Inhale, palms together, rise up, gazing up at thumbs. Exhale, arms to the side, Samastitihi. Surya Namaskar B. Inhale, bending the knees, palms together, gazing up at thumbs. Exhale, fold, straighten the legs as much as you can, kiss the knees. Inhale, flat back. Step or jump to the back of your mat. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Placing our right foot to the top of the mat, left foot pivot and plants, bending into your right knee, palms together, arms up. Inhale. And bring our arms down to the mat, right foot meets left. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Left foot comes to the top of the mat, right foot pivots and plants, bending into our left knee, palms together. Inhale, arms up, gazing up at thumbs, palms to the floor, left foot meets right. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. We'll be here for 5 breaths, breathing with sound. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gaze forward, step, jump, or float to the top of your mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold, kiss the knees. Inhale, bending in our knees, palms together, rise the arms up. Straighten your legs, exhale, arms to the side. Samastitihi. One more time, Surya Namaskar B. Inhale, bending in the knees, palms together, rise the arms up, gazing up at thumbs. Exhale, fold hands to the mat, straighten the legs, kiss the knees. Inhale, flat back. Step or jump to the back of your mat. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right foot plants to the top of your mat. Left foot pivot and plants down. Palms together, rise up. Inhale. Exhale, hands to the floor, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left foot comes to the top of the mat in between our hands. Pivot and plant the right foot back. Inhale, palms come together. Gaze up at thumbs. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. We'll stay here for 5 breaths, breathing with sound. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gaze forward, step or jump, float to the top of your mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold, kiss the knees. Inhale, bending in our knees, rising up, palms together, gazing up at thumbs. Exhale, arms to the side, Samastitihi. So we're going to jump or step feet hip distance apart for Padangusthasana. Inhale, chest up. Exhale, fold. Grabbing the big fingers with, our big toes with our peace fingers. Inhale, flat back, gaze forward. Exhale, fold. Rising our elbows to the sky, chest to the thighs, trying to press into our toes. And we're here for 5 breaths. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, flat back, gaze forward. Releasing your fingers from your big toe, placing the hands under your feet for Padahastasana. Trying your best to get your toes to your wrists Exhale here. Inhale, flat back, gaze forward. Exhale, fold. Elbows to the sky, chin to the thighs. I'm sorry, chest to the thighs. And pressing into the tops of our feet. We're here for 5 breaths. 1, 2. Try to straighten your legs. 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, placing our hands on our hips. Inhale, come on up. Step or jump back into Samasthiti. Exhale, arms to the side. Utthita Trikonasana. So we're going to step the right foot back about 2 to 3 feet distance apart. Arms come to a T. Inhale, pivot the right foot to the back of the mat. Exhale, grabbing the big toe with your peace fingers, or you can grab your ankle or shin, gazing up at your left thumb, fingers together in your left hand. We're here for 5 breaths. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Releasing the big toes. Inhale, come on up. Arms to a T. Pivot the right foot in. Left foot now pivots to the top of the mat. Exhale, grabbing the big toe with your peace fingers or your ankle or shin. Looking up at your right thumb, closing your fingers in your right hand. We're here for 5 breaths. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Releasing the big toe. Inhale, come up, arms to a T. Pivot the left foot in, right foot to the back of the mat. For Parivrtta Trikonasana, inhale here. Exhale, placing the left hand either on the inside of your right foot or the outside of your right foot. Gazing up at your right hand at thumb. And we're here for 5 breaths. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, come on up. Arms to a T. Right foot pivots forward, left foot to the top of the mat. Exhale, hand comes to either, right hand comes to either the inside of the left foot or the outside of the left foot. Gazing up at your left thumb. We're here for 5 breaths. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, come on up. Arms to a T. Step or jump to the top of your mat. Exhale, arms to the side, Samasthiti. Okay, you can stay at the top of your mat, but I'm going to move to the middle of my mat for a demonstration. We're going to be doing Ardha Baddha Padmottanasana. So leaning into our left leg, grabbing our right foot, placing it at the top of our left hip. If you know the full bind, if you could do full lotus, you may take it now. Otherwise, follow along for my demonstration for the alternative. So start bending into your left knee, releasing your right foot, giving it a nice flex. Arms above the head. And go into a seated position, trying your best to keep your back as straight as possible. We're here for 5 breaths. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, release the bind, come on up. Exhale, right foot meets left, arms to the side, samasthiti. All right, Baddha Padamottanasana. We're going to do it on our left side, leaning into our right leg, grabbing our left foot, bringing it to the top of our right hip. If you know the full bind and can do lotus, please start to take that now. Otherwise, follow along for the alternative. Releasing that left foot a little bit as you bend into that right knee, keeping it flexed, arms above your head, and exhale, fold here. Staying here for 5 breaths. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, come on up from your bind. Exhale, left foot meets right, arms to the side, samasthiti. I'm going to join you at the top of my mat. We're going to do a vinyasa. Inhale, palms together, gazing up at thumbs. Exhale, fold, kiss the knees. Inhale, flat back, step or jump to the back of your mat. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. So we're going to either float through or step or jump into a comfortable seated position onto our mat. Bringing our legs out in front of us, setting up for Setu Bandhasana. Bending into our knees, bringing them close to our chest, placing our hands behind our thighs. We're going to slowly roll back, vertebrae by vertebrae. Once your shoulders hit the floor, walk your feet close to your hips, making sure your feet are a little wider than hip distance apart. Try your best to grab your ankles with each hand. If not, you can always have your fingertips getting close to your ankles as possible. Taking one inhale here. Exhale, lower the back to the floor. Inhale, press through the feet, bringing the pelvis up, driving the pelvis up to the sky. And we'll be here for 5 breaths. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Exhale, coming on down. Inhale here. Inhale, lower back to the floor. Inhale, pushing into your feet, driving your pelvis up into the sky. If it's in your practice, you may interlace your fingers behind you, trying to get your shoulders to meet. Bring the pelvis up. We're here for 5 breaths. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Letting go of your hands behind you. As you exhale, lower down back to the floor. This time, we're going to prepare for Urdhva Dhanurasana. Bringing our hands right by our ears. Our fingertips are pointing towards our shoulders, palms down on the mat. Engaging our elbows in. We don't want them to fall out to the side. Engaging our elbows in. Inhale here. Exhale, lower back to the floor. Pressing in through your feet on your inhale. You can stay here, or you can go into the full wheel. Looking in between our hands, toes in, and we're here for 5 breaths. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Slowly lower back down onto our backs, lower back to the floor. Bringing our knees into our chest. Give our legs a nice hug. Rock from side to side. We're going to do 3 rocks forward and back, and on the third, meet me in a comfortable seated position. 1, 2, 3. From here, we'll be taking our first vinyasa from the floor, so straighten our legs out in front of us. Exhale, arms to the side. Inhale, raising the legs up, bending in your knees, crossing your legs. If it's in your practice to float through into chaturanga, take it now. Otherwise, place your hands a little bit in front of you. Step or jump back into high plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. From here, you may step, jump, or float through into a seated position. Onto your mat. Straighten your legs forward. Preparing for Paschimottanasana. So grabbing what you can. Shins, ankles, tops of feet, or even peace fingers to your big toes. We're going to inhale here, flat back. Exhale, fold. Then we'll be here for 10 breaths. Shoulders into rib cage. 1, 2, 3, 4, bending the knees if you need to. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Inhale, flat back. Release your grip. Hands to the side. Exhale. Take a vinyasa. Inhale, legs come up. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Step, jump, or float through into a seated position. Preparing for Padmasana. Bring your legs out straight in front of you. Taking your right foot, if you can, place it onto your left hip. Then taking your left foot, placing it onto your right hip. If this is too much for you, you may remain in a comfortable seated position. Placing your wrists on each of your knees, palms facing up, index finger to thumb, closing the remaining fingers. Inhale, flat back, chin to your chest. And we're here for 10 breaths. 1, 2, 3, 4. Dristi to the nose. 5, or you may have your eyes closed. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, so if it is in your practice, you may take chaturanga from full lotus now. Otherwise, you want to release your feet out in front of you. Left foot first, right foot. Exhale, palms to the side. Inhale, legs up. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Now we're going to step or jump, float through into a seated, bringing our legs out in front of us. As we come into Shavasana, slowly roll down onto your back. vertebrae by vertebrae. Closing your eyes. Bringing your ankles and feet to the opposite ends of the mat. Palms facing up, tops your hands to the floor, wider than your hips. Start to bring your attention inward, focusing on your breath. Removing all distractions. Feeling your body become weightless. Feeling as if your body is floating out of the room. Slowly start to bring your attention back into the room or the beautiful outside. Bring your awareness back to your breath. Feeling your chest rise on the inhale. Feeling your tummy up. And feeling it collapse, blurring out all that stale air on the exhale. Start to bring your attention back to your body by wiggling your fingers and your toes. Bring your arms overhead. Bring your arms straight overhead. Feet together. Pointing in your toes, giving yourself a nice stretch. Inhale here. And exhale, bringing your knees to your chest. Give your body one last big hug for today and all your hard work. Slowly rock from side to side. Staying on one side when you're ready. Stay here for a few breaths. When you're ready, meet me in a comfortable seated position at the top of your mat. Thank you for letting me guide your practice today. It was wonderful. All right, inhale, palms together. You all have a beautiful Sunday, celebrating Easter, or just hanging out with family. Thank you so much. Namaste.
Namaste.